Alright, so today we're going to start with 1940s hair. So in the 40s, really classic styles like victory rolls, half up, half down styles were really popular. So what we're going to do is just first section the hair into a side part. So we're going to curl all this front section, and all we've done is just parted it just behind the ear on this side and just behind the ear onto this side. And all this back section we're going to deal with a little bit later. So to start with, we're going to curl the front. So I've got my curling iron on. And all we're going to do is we're just going to take small sections of hair and create like a ribbon curl. So making sure all the hair is flat on the iron. Now what this is going to do is it's going to create volume through the top of the hair, and it's going to really help with our victory rolls. So once you've created this loop, what we're going to do to make sure that we've got really, really nice tight curls is we're going to grab a pin curl, something like this, and we're just going to pin them in place, and we're going to do this all around the head until all the hair is curled, and then we're going to leave it to cool. So make sure that's curled and pinned nice in place like that. We're just going to continue that all through the side, coming away from the head on this side the other way, and then through the back down towards the back of the head here. So we'll keep going. So again, grab your pin curl, make sure that this is all rolled up properly into a nice sausage shape. Now we're going to move on to the other side. Alright, so once we've set the whole top section into pin curls, we're going to let that cool completely, and we're going to move on to the back section, and we're just going to curl them all. We're not going to put them all into pins, we're just going to curl them all, spray them with hairspray, and then let them all cool down, and we'll move on to the makeup after that. So through the back here, we're just taking sections that don't need to be super neat. So we're just going to start through the bottom, and what we're going to do with this top is we're just going to section it off and pin it up. Just so that it's all out of our way. And we're just going to work this bottom section. So again, with our curls, we're going to make sure they're all going one direction, so they're all going to fall to the right. So when we wrap around our tool, we're going to make sure it's going down vertically, and we're going to wrap the hair to the right, so it's always pulling across this way. This makes sure that once all the hair is curled and we brush it out, it just falls into a really nice uniform wave, all pulling towards the right hand side. So if you wanted to do it towards the left, you could, but since this is our heavier side, on the right, we're going to make sure that it all falls to the right. And we're just making little ribbon curls. Again, making sure that it's all being falling to the right. I'm just going to spray each section to make sure that the curls hold. And again, we're just going to section off, let that fall down over the already curled bits of hair, and curl this section. Now the smaller the sections you take and the more curls you put through the hair, the tighter and bouncier they'll be, and you'll get a lot more body. And start to work with this section. So again, just always making sure that when we wrap the hair around the tongue, that we're always wrapping it to the right. So once we've curled the entire back section and we've got this front section in pin curls, letting it all cool down, we're just going to wait for the whole head to cool. We're going to go through and do the makeup, and then once we come back, we're going to brush it all out. We're going to create some really nice victory rolls to the top, really reminiscent of the 40s style. Alright, so the eyeshadow of the 1940s was really subtle and really easy and convenient. So it was mainly light to medium browns and beige undertones. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to put a light sort of brown tone over the lid, a little bit of a darker tone on the crease, and then beige just to highlight in the brow bone and inner corner. So I'm just going to take a light brown colour, close your eyes for me, and just press that into the lid. Take a fluffy brush to blend all of that out. Take a slightly darker brown just through the crease slightly, but like I said, it's really simple and really minimal, so if you wanted, you didn't even really have to put this. I'm just going to add a little bit of definition to the eyes, but I'm just going to blend everything back through together. All the shadows were really matte as well, so I'm just going in with a matte beige to highlight on the brow bone. And that same colour, just really, really lightly in that inner corner. Get a little bit of that light brown tone again, just over the lid. Open for me. So as you can see, just really subtle and really natural, a little bit of definition through the crease, but not very much. The main focus in the 40s was that really red lip. So I'll go through and do the other eye, and then we'll move on to some mascara and lips. Alright, now I'm going to add some mascara, but a really important thing to note is that they didn't used to put mascara on their bottom lashes through the 30s, 40s or 50s. It wasn't until the 60s that they actually started putting mascara on their bottom lashes. So make sure when you're putting your mascara on for your 40s look, it's just going on that upper lash line and not through the bottom. So just take a disposable. I'm going to get another disposable to get rid of some of the clumps. And I'm just going to apply that. Look down to your knees for me. Back to me. Look down. Alright, so just a really nice natural coat of mascara there. So once we've done all of this, we're ready to move on to the lips. So the lips, they used to just slightly overdraw the natural lip line to make the looks look really full, and voluptuous, really nice and sexy look. So they also used to use a little bit of Vaseline because the lipsticks were usually quite matte, just to add a little bit of gloss to it. Sorry, I just have to get a pencil sharpener. Where is it? There it is. Sorry. So I've just really slightly overdrawn the lips with a pencil, and I'm going to go in and fill them in with lipstick. Now, reddy orangey tones were really popular in the 40s for lipstick tones. Rub your lips together gently. Alright, and there you have your 1940s makeup look. So now we're going to go on and move on to the hair. Alright, so now that these have completely cooled and set, we're going to go through and take out all these little pin curl pins and let these front curls drop. And what we're going to do is we're going to create really nice victory rolls through the front. We're going to brush out all these curls through the back. So we'll just remove all of these. Alright, so as you can see, the curls that we set in the pin curls in comparison to the ones through the back are much fuller and bouncier, which is really good because we really want to get a lot of volume and a lot of bounce through the hair to create these victory rolls. So here comes the scary part. We're just going to really lightly run our fingers through these waves here. And then we're going to just really lightly brush through them as well. So the reason why we're doing this is just to get rid of any separation that's happened. Since we curled each of the hairs sort of individually, they tend to just want to stay in strands. We really want to get them to come through and join together really nicely. So I'm going to get a brush and just brush some of these out. So you'll see what starts to happen is we get a lot of frizz happening, which to be honest is not really very uncommon of the 40s style, so it actually really aids in that. But we are going to put a little bit of shine spray through it just to get rid of some of that frizz. just combined all the hair together. I'm going to give it a quick little spray. And now we're going to create our victory rolls. Can I get you to hold on to these pins for me? Thank you. Alrighty. So I'm going to put a little bit of back combing in. Do it in sections. Now what this is going to do is just going to help the hair create that really nice volume, and it's going to help the victory roll to sort of stand up a little bit as well. We're just brushing over the top layer so that we don't see lots of knots, but we want all that back combing to just stay in there. So when we're doing our victory roll, we want to make sure all these sides are really nice and smooth. We'll go through and spray them with some hairspray a little bit later. So we're going to hold the hair up and we're going to create a loop. Now we're going to put it at the back. And we're just really carefully going to roll that down towards the center of the head. Grab a bobby pin, thank you. Now we're going to push that bobby pin through the front. Grab one more, thank you. And I'm just going to secure down through the back as well. So you just want that little loop happening through there. So we're going to go through and do the same thing on this side. Going to add a bit of back combing. We're going to have these victory rolls coming through to the front, and then we're going to tease some of the back so it doesn't look so flat. again, we've got that nice loop happening there. Through the front, I'm just going to part this at the back. And we're just going to twist these so they go into one nice little curl. And we'll get a little bit of shine spray. Spray it on your hands. Just really lightly going to go over. And there you go, you've got your entire 1940s look, hair and makeup completed.